Today I'm going to talk about becoming a United States diplomat. What are the steps for one person to become a US diplomat? And here I'm going to talk specific about the foreign service officers as diplomats, because there are other diplomats, even ambassador. I'm not saying how you can become ambassador, how do you convince the president to appoint you to become ambassador. No, I'm talking about how you can become a foreign service officer, FSO, or the diplomat of the United States. And what is that process? But another important question, how much money do foreign service officers make in a year? Or rather, what are the benefits do these officers get, especially when he's stationed overseas? Because you can also be foreign service officer. They have tour in DC and they have overseas tour. So welcome everyone. This is EBM, Ernest Boniface Makulilo, and I welcome you to the EBM Scholars channel, the center and headquarters of the opportunities. We are sharing the opportunities about jobs, opportunities about immigration life, opportunities about writing books, opportunities about excelling in our programs, dreams, and everything we want to do in our lives. So consider subscribing to my YouTube channel and share this YouTube channel to others. So the foreign services officers, these are trained diplomats, and they are going to represent America overseas. So while they are doing their job overseas, attached to the embassies and consulates around the world, they work under the direction of the ambassador, US ambassador in that country, and the US ambassador is appointed by the president but approved by the Congress. So those are US ambassadors. They are just kind of like US president in the countries where they work, so that is your direct person giving the directives on how you can be able to do. So these foreign service officers, they are into 5 main areas of operations. There are most common is consular officers, the one working with the visa. There are political officers. There are economic officers. There is public affairs or public diplomats, those one. And then there is another category which is economic officers. So economic management, political, consular, and public diplomats. So those are the 5 areas you can be able to do. So when you want to become one of those one, if you go to the Department of State website, you can go and go there are process. But apart from the process, they have, so some people, they haven't figured out, or they do not know the difference of each kind of track. What are you going to do if you become one, maybe consular versus economic? So you are able to take like a questionnaire. The questionnaire, you have so many questions to answer. Once you answer that question, they will tell you, based on your interest and what you have been answering, you are more likely good into becoming maybe consular or economic or management or public diplomats. So it will be able to do into that particular category if you haven't figured it out or you do not know what are these track. Myself, I've been to this process. I will tell you where I ended in this process, but the point I chose, once you choose one track, you cannot change it. Like if, let's say, you want to become consular in the process, and then you go, you take the test, they will take, and until you get the contract, you cannot change the track. No, I want to become now economic officer. So that's why they want you to consider all the factors before you make a choice of what track do you want to pursue. So that is something you need to know. For my situation, when I applied, I chose the political officer. Why I chose the political officer? Because I have a background in political science and I have a very big understanding of politics around the world or in many countries in Africa. So I know I'll be a very technical expert in those particular areas, and I can be able to give more benefits than becoming a consular. So the 2 things I'll be happy to do will be more about number 1 will be for me political, number 2 will be consular, and possible with the management, I can be able to do those kind of areas. So what are the steps or what are the qualifications? So number one is the citizenship. You must be a citizen of the United States of America in order to become the U.S. Foreign Service Officer Diplomat. That's number one. When it comes to education, the minimum education level is high school. You must have at least high school education in order to be considered U.S. citizen. And the age, you must be at least the age of 21, and the maximum age is 59 and a half. That is the maximum age to apply and become the Foreign Service Officer. So the steps are as follows. You meet those qualifications. You go to the system to apply. So you have to take the exam. Previously, you used to take the exam. After exam, you have to get a percentile 154. I did the test, I missed like 15. So, and if you take the test, you don't get that. So the test is in February, June, and October. If you take the June exam and you don't pass, you have to wait for the full year to be allowed to apply again. So that usually you take the exam. But nowadays, it used to be once you pass the exam, then you have to write an essay of certain kind of questions. So nowadays, from January last year, you have to, when you are going to register, there are like 3-4 essays. You have to write 10 essays and you are going to register. So this will be able to help people with the process. So you write an essay and you fill the application form. The application form you are registering means to take this is called FSOT, Foreign Service Officer Test. So this test has so much in between to learn. There are questions about geography. There are questions about even like English, a little bit of math. There are questions about general knowledge. There are questions about politics of entire world. The question can be, I'm giving an example. Who won the Super Bowl 1954 or whatever, 2010? So they are randomly questions, some of these one. Or who acted in this movie called maybe the Black Panther? Who is the main lead? Or kind of that. So the questions, they are not, that's why you can be high school, you can be a PhD holder, the same test. So this test is not going to measure like if you are PhD, yes, if you're higher education, maybe you might be having a very good way to articulate things, to understand, work, whatever. So the questions, they are randomly in so many areas. So you have to pass the test. So you have written the questions, answer essays, and take the test, and you pass the test. So if you pass the test, you are called for the oral interview. And this oral interview will be in DC. Washington, D.C. You pay for your own flight ticket, you are paying for the hotel, wherever. You go there, you do the test, which will be the interview, face-to-face interview, and then there is a scenario, questions in a group. They want to see how you can work with the group to resolve certain situations. And the same day, so it is morning up to evening, the same day, you are told that you have been successful or not. If you have been successful, the next step is you do the medical and the background check to get top secret clearance. So that takes a little bit longer. If you finish that one, then you are going to be assigned the class. You have 100, whatever the class. You are going to diplomatic school, whatever, foreign service school in DC. That, I don't know, it's couple months, I don't know, 6 months, I don't know, I don't remember exactly. So you have to take that one, and if it requires language, you have to do the language before you being assigned to a country where you'll be able to go. So that is roughly the step on how you can be able to go and become a diplomat. So it doesn't matter whether you are born in another country like me, coming to America and apply. So when you apply, and let's say for my case, I apply there. I have master's degree, but I speak Swahili language. That is extra credit. Then I am a veteran. That is extra point. But those points will be having a little bit more important if I pass the test. And then I go to the oral. If I pass the oral, it will help me on other steps because I'm more competitive, more points than another person who, let's say, doesn't speak a foreign language and who is not a veteran. So everything you have to use is on your own advantage. So assume you finish that one, then you are going to be assigned in your country. So how much do these diplomats, foreign services make? So foreign services officers, they're in categories, in a normal government scale salary, whatever, we call GS. But this one, they're called FP. GS is starting from 1 to 15, but this FP starting maybe from 6 going down to 1. So the smaller the number of FP foreign pay, the higher the position. So for instance, when you start, they start from FP6, FP5, FP4, whatever it is. So again, it depends on the education, the salary, and also depends on the currently what job do you do, how much do you make it. Sometimes they match your salary, but there is a maximum. So majority of people, the salary is salary. They can be able to make around, let's say 40, depending if you're high school, to 60,000 per year. That is the salary. But that is a very small amount of money. Just wait and follow me from here. So let's say you have master's degree. If you have master's degree, basically my salary will start with 60,000 or 65,000 depending on the situation. So with that salary, then what comes after that? The country you are going, let's say you are going to London, let's say you are going to Kenya, let's say you are going to live in Sierra Leone, you are going to Lagos in Nigeria. That's your country you are going to work. You'll be given the full housing with the all full furnished. So you'll find the bed, everything inside the house. So you can go with your bag and just start sleeping there. You don't pay for the bill for the, you don't pay rent, you don't pay for electricity, you don't pay for the water, gas for cooking, everything's paid for. The only thing you pay is the phone if you are using the phone, and your food, basically the local transportation. So that's number one, you see. So assuming you are in the US, if you are paying for the rent, how much do you pay? Let's say you pay 1,500 full house. That is mostly like 18,000 extra is going to cover whatever. So you see, add on that. Another part is there is hardship pay. Whatever country you go, there is a percentage of hardship pay. Almost all countries, they have hardship pay. It depends, one will be 5%, 10%, 15%, 20%, whatever it is, there is hardship pay. So, apart from hardship pay, then there is cost of living adjustment, COLA. You are going to add a certain percentage. So, if you take hardship pay and the COLA, that is roughly 25,000 to 40,000 sometimes, depending on the country to country. So, that if you add with the housing, that is more than 100,000 up to that particular moment. Then, apart from that, you are given the diplomatic immunity. You are given the diplomatic passport. The normal passport is the blue passport. Then you are getting the black diplomat passport for your entire family. In addition to that, the country you are going over there, if you are going with the carrying your stuff from here, they will be paid for. Everything is shipped for you to there. You don't need to worry anything. While you are there, let's say you have children, they have to go to the very high expensive international school. Each child will go to a school. Most of the countries we go to work in those countries. Average, you'll get the maximum will be 22,000 US dollar. So let's say you go to stay in Nairobi. How many very beautiful school for your children will have up to, let's say, 20,000 US dollar school fee for a year? Very few. So the children will have a very high quality education paid for by the US government. So you see that the another advantage. And then, in every 2 years, if you are working overseas, obviously you can be able to be moving to another country, but you'll be given the opportunity to come to visit in America. There will be a special leave to come to America, come back to get, it can be extra training, but also for you to leave, just to have time off in America, get back to American lifestyle before you go back there. the flight ticket to go and return for you and the entire family is paid for. So this is the opportunity. Sometimes the people make more money than this one. But assume you are there, everything is covered for. So if you have a home here, you can pay off your entire mortgage within 2 to 3, 4 years. You can pay off. And then you can rent your entire house to another person. So that is another extra money you pay. Let's say you rent someone 2,000. So you can get about 25,000 extra each month, per year, just for that. And above all, you are representing the US government. You are government official in a foreign country. That is another way of saving your beloved country to another country. It is an opportunity to connect with the entire world and showing the good side of the United States, representing a country, creating the good connection between one country and another, mutual understanding. Your children will have the opportunity to learn the culture of another country, learning the language of another country. Yourself will have the opportunity to learn the language and the culture of another country, which all of those are very positive. So I advise people to make sure they take this opportunity. Especially immigrants, don't assume these things are not for you. No. As long as you meet qualification or you're a citizen, what are you waiting for? I took this test the first time, I failed. The second time I failed. I will be taking this exam until I pass. So each year I'm taking the exam. Last year I didn't take. But you have to take the exam. There is nothing wrong. It's a free exam. You don't pay anything. Prepare yourself. Get ready and take the exam. You never know what will take you to. I will come in another video. I got another job with the U.S. Foreign Department of State, kind of one of the agents of the Department of State, to work overseas. But that job, after 1 year, waiting possible to get to go to overseas country, because of the COVID, there is no possibility that position will continue to be there for 1.5 years later due to the COVID. So that position has been cancelled despite for me signing a contract and all other kind of things. And so I'm talking these benefits, I know, because I knew these benefits, I was going to get most of these benefits too. So these opportunities are there. Make sure you use this opportunity. Make sure you work, especially with the US government, with these kind of opportunities. Share this video to others. If you are not the one looking for this opportunity, share to others. They can also be able to benefit with such opportunities to represent the US government or the country to other countries and be very positive to support your government and the country and build the good relationship to other countries too. Thank you so much, everyone. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to share, subscribe if you haven't done so. Okay, bye-bye. This is EBM.